Hey, you guys. So here's the thing. There's this woman, Christine Chen, who was finished on her honeymoon by her husband. They had only been married for a few months. And this again goes to knowing how your partner is going to respond when they're triggered. Can they handle their alcohol? How do they respond when they're triggered? Now, according to the news, she was a very nice woman. Nice. I'm guessing that he was grandiose, entitled, boundaryless, and she was nice, fawning, people pleasing. I'm just guessing. And a lot of us would have seen the signs that he was controlling that she didn't see because she was nice. Nice meaning I abandoned myself in service of you, and so I don't notice when my feelings aren't honored. This is my guess. He ended her. They went to this remote island in Fiji, $3,500 a night. Her parents paid for it. She was a pharmacist. He was an IT guy. They met in November. He divorced his wife in January, married this Christy Chen in February. So he went right into another marriage. And a few months later, he ended her. They had apparently been fighting all day on the island. And after he did it, he rode in his kayak a mile away to another island. And now his lawyer says, poor him. Poor him. What a terrible thing for him to go through on his honeymoon. Poor him. He's such a victim. Fuck you. The woman was so disfigured that they can't embalm her. They had to cremate her. Her parents had to cremate her on the island, and they're bringing her home. I'm very curious to find out more about their relationship history and his history of abuse. My point being that I know that women, will shoot men or poison them or hire hitmen. I've heard of those cases. However, the most of the domestic violence is done by men, and I read a book about this because I was very curious about this. It's not that they have anger issues from their childhood. The majority of men who harm women in this way do not have anger issues from childhood. What they have is entitlement. They were entitled as children, and they feel entitled to do whatever the fuck they want. Boundaryless behavior. By the way, everybody leaving boundaryless comments on my YouTube channel now, I'm just going to block them. Because I tried interacting with this guy who was very rude to me, and he kept just going on. So I'm like, I'm not here to teach people how to be polite. Be polite. If you're going to be impolite, I'm just going to block them. But it's called, these lights are making me hot. It's called, I should do this. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, be serious here, Shahzad. Boundaryless behavior. Boundaryless behavior comes from people who are entitled as children. They weren't given any limits or given any boundaries, so they do whatever the fuck they want. And that's what her husband did. Now, I don't know if he had trouble with his alcohol, but one thing that's very important is to, those of us who are in a one down position with people, we have to be on an equal. We have to be like, I know that I already honor your feelings and I treat you with regard. I expect to be treated with regards and have my feelings honored. And for a lot of us, that was a big step. Forget about the grandiose people. Grandiose people don't want to change. They will never change. Grandiose women are especially hard to treat. According to Terry Real, you cannot even try to treat them. It's very difficult. Grandiose men you can treat. It's sometimes kind of hard, but they'll do it if they are at risk of losing the wife that they still want, or they know that they're hurting their children through their grandiose behavior. But grandiose people are a lot harder to treat because they're so entitled and they don't have a problem. It's all your fault. Whereas people in a one down position, they're like, what can I do to make this better? How can I improve this relationship? What's my part in this? That's me. I tend to be that. But I can get a little bit entitled, but I'm usually more in the one down position. So I've been trying to raise myself up. And that's what I think this Christy Chen hadn't quite accomplished yet. And so you get into a relationship with some guy who's entitled grandiose, either boundaryless, where he goes off on you, or walled off, where he's emotionally completely shut off. And that's why it's so important, like the video I made earlier, that we make peace with finding our own self-esteem and boundaries, do our inner child work, and only be around people who treat us properly, who've done their work. This guy obviously hadn't. If he, got so mad, like, why would you get so angry on a honeymoon? I could see getting in an argument. I've had arguments with my husbands about how to spend the money on the kids, how to do our investments, where we were going to live. Arguments around money or around kids. Like something's happening now and we disagree. But why would you disagree on a honeymoon? Would it be about when to take a walk? Like, why would that get so heated? These triggers that come up have to do with your past. It's an emotional flashback. You're not remembering your past, you were living it. So who knows? She might have said something and he got jealous and whatever. And she reacted and he reacted and they had no relational skills at all. To get that violent of an argument that you end up having to destroy your partner physically in a fit of rage, there's no relational skill. There's no ability to deal with their triggers. There are a lot of underlying issues. But they look like a happy couple. I'm going to put the description in the link below. She's a pharmacist. He's an IT guy. Happy couple. Everyone thought they were a great couple. But he ended up killing her. So the point being, you have to do your inner work so that you can pick people that you can be in a good relationship with so it doesn't turn to shit. And I always want to know how a guy reacts when he's pissed off at me. I want to know what you're going to do when you're pissed off at me so I can know if I'm safe with you. What are you going to do when you get angry? Can you contain your anger? Or are you going to just get violent? I don't have a history with men who are violent with me. So I actually don't get afraid when men get angry with me or if people are angry with me. I'm just like, okay, I'm right here. You're allowed to be angry. It's okay to be angry. You're safe. It's a safe space for you to be angry. I don't get afraid of it, but some people might. But it's called boundaryless behavior, to go off on people. Like the guy on my YouTube comments who went off on me, he's just going to be blocked. It's not okay to go off on people. So I'm guessing they had other arguments before and she either shrugged it off or decided she would figure out how to be okay with it. Or maybe she decided, if I'm just nice enough, he won't get that mad. I don't even know why they were arguing. It'll be very interesting to find out. But anyway, there are a couple true crime channels I watch. I watch Annie Elise on 10 to Life, and I watch Gisela on Grizzly True Crime. I love how she says, what? I can't say it like her. She's from Norway or the Netherlands, I think. But she covers American true crime. Like, she covered Brian Laundrie, and she's always got some different... Oh, the prison guard who helped the Casey and Vicky White thing, she covered that. I just love how she covers stuff. I love her voice and her background and all that. So, I'll copy their channels below in case you guys are interested in true crime and want to check it out. I think a lot of women are interested in true crime stories. I like to watch that kind of stuff. I'm not interested. I've never liked romance novels or romance porn novels or romantic comedies. I just don't like that. But I read a lot of nonfiction and sometimes the true crime stuff. And anyway, thanks so much for watching my video. I'm really enjoying this ring light because it's making it so that I can make a video anywhere in my home, wherever I want to be, any time of day or night.